I do really want to talk about the other things here. So you've talked a lot about mold and heavy metal toxins. Did you know that most of your heavy metal exposure comes from the air that you breathe?
Mm. These days, I could actually believe that. I didn't know that. There's so many ways, of course, that you do that, but so much is in the air, right? And I mean, again, these kind of more nanoparticle, but also aluminum, like all these heavy metals are, in a gaseous state in the air. But tell us more about that.
All right. So previously, I was living in a 1930s home. We were doing some renovations. I had my air purifiers going nonstop. I'm of reproductive age and am excited to start family with the right man. I've been in an active preconception stage for the last 2 years. That's why, my stem cell buddies, they want my exosomes. They'll pay me top dollar for it. It's pretty funny conversations, actually.
I'm sure those are quite comical to listen to, although probably quite serious for them. Yeah.
Oh, they're very serious. Okay, so here's the deal. I had air purifiers in every single room, really watching my exposure when carpets were getting ripped up, when walls were opened up. And my partner at the time, bless his heart, would unplug my air purifiers when I wasn't looking. Drove me crazy. So here we go. And then he ended up keeping them. So he really needed them, clearly, because the home, after I left, right before I left, I actually did a heavy metal test and a mold toxin test. It was a through urinalysis. Get this, from that house, before I left, I knew I just had to go. There's something in that whole situation that just wasn't right for me anymore. And that's okay. What was it? We had mold, 3 different types of mold, pesticides. So mold from the house, pesticides from the golf course across the street. And then the 2 heavy metals, I believe, was lead. So from lead paint from the older home, and also then mercury. And on the island here, we've had just terrible forest fires. Every year it gets a little bit worse. So it's not just trees burning, it's like houses burning and all these other things. So all these volatile organic compounds in the air, when they get breathed in, they accumulate in the body, heavy metals, and they mess with your central nervous system so that you can experience a cognitive decline, as well as protein misfolding diseases, prion diseases that can happen downstream, reproductive stuff. There's also linkages to if the mother has high levels of, I believe it's lead or mercury or both. In my report, it actually said that there can be a correlation to higher rates of autism. So this is definitely something that I get to my girlfriend's house after I left that situation, before I even had my results back. And I was in that sauna twice a day. We're talking 45 minutes twice a day, listening to my body, pumping those adaptogens, all these different supplements that I have. I sell myself, right, as a practitioner. And I just listen to my body, detox, 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 Epsom salts bath with magnesium, baking soda, some borax in there. It's great, super old school way to reduce radiation, get that grounding in, reduce that stress. I'd be curious to see what my toxin levels are now, having been a couple months from that. So air is really important, not only for the integration of heavy metals and toxins into the body, but also superficially on the skin. So that's why you want to be washing the face, not just with a splash of water, but actually using a proper cleanser that I can recommend for you morning and night, with that double cleanse in the evening. That first cleanse is removing dirt, oil, debris, cosmetic creams, mold, pollution in the air, any makeup, which I don't think you're wearing, Casper, but I might be.
None today.
And then the second cleanse is actually washing the face. So that double cleanse in the evening is really important. And rinsing off. I actually really like to bathe or shower morning and night, and then use some nice body oil, avocado. So you're always a silky smooth.
I mean, listen, the truth of the matter is you always got to be cleansing inside and out, right? It's just so damn important. And you got to know what you're doing. Like a lot of people think it's like cleansing with like Dove body wash with fragrance that have phthalates and all kinds of crap in it. And they're like, how could it be bad if it's on the shelves? It's like 95% of what's on the shelves is killing you slowly. Like, don't have that attitude. If it's on the shelf, it must be good. Like,
Heck
oh,
no.
and it smells good. Like that's
You go in
my
Whole
new
Foods now, canola oil and everything.
everything.
Oh.
Like, you know, and listen, you gotta like, I kind of understand if you're a true capitalist with shareholders and your fiduciary duty is to maximize profits. That is literally your legal obligation. Why wouldn't you cut costs on things, add in things that are toxic, but actually get people addicted in some ways? So you get bigger profits from it. It's a cheaper product. You put it on the shelf. You mark it even as organic and everything. A lot of these things, you don't even have to say what's on it. The ingredient label list doesn't have to show you exactly everything. So, you know, there's too much out there for us not to really sit down and be like, all right, how do I mitigate that? How do I get it out of me? And that's something you're doing, which is lovely from the inside out.